In a city simmering with political tension, a sandwich becomes a symbol of defiance. But is it a crime or a cry for freedom? The trial of Sean Charles Dunn, the man behind the viral video, is underway, and it's stirring up a storm of controversy. The backstory: a Washington, D.C. resident, Dunn, hurled a sandwich at a federal agent, an act that has since become a rallying cry against President Trump's law enforcement surge. The incident, which occurred outside a nightclub on August 10th, was captured on video and quickly went viral. Dunn's actions were in response to Trump's deployment of National Guard troops and federal agents to the city, a move that many locals saw as an overreach of federal power. The charges: federal prosecutors are now attempting to convince a jury of Dunn's peers that he committed a crime. Initially, a grand jury refused to indict Dunn on felony assault charges, and he was instead charged with a misdemeanor. However, the case's complexity is evident as it unfolds in a city where Dunn's actions have been celebrated in public art. The trial's uniqueness: U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols, appointed by Trump, acknowledged the case's peculiarity in federal court. He predicted a swift trial, but the circumstances are far from ordinary. The trial began with the meticulous selection of jurors, a process conducted in relative silence to ensure impartiality. The political angle: Dunn's defense team argues that the prosecution is politically motivated. They point to the dismissal of assault cases related to the Capitol riots and pardons granted by Trump, questioning why Dunn is being singled out. This argument raises a critical question: is Dunn a victim of selective prosecution based on his political beliefs? The prosecution's stance: prosecutors argue that Dunn's political views don't shield him from the consequences of his actions. They assert that the video evidence clearly shows Dunn assaulting a federal officer, an offense that carries legal repercussions. The controversy: the trial has ignited debates about the limits of protest and the role of federal law enforcement in the city. While some see Dunn as a hero, others believe he crossed a legal line. And this is where it gets intriguing. How will a jury of Washington, D.C. residents, who have lived through the city's political turmoil, interpret Dunn's actions? As the trial unfolds, the nation watches with bated breath. Will Dunn be convicted, or will the jury see his actions as a justified act of resistance? The outcome will undoubtedly shape conversations about civil disobedience and the boundaries of free speech. What do you think? Is Dunn a criminal or a modern-day rebel with a cause?